Group D. Lowerbracket Final. The last game of the day. The last game of the group stage and of this week. The playoffs continue next week. On Monday and Tuesday. Earlier, Echo Isles was also the first map between SOC and PCG. And SOC went for an AM expansion. And was 2-base, 2-base. I think SOC played really well. But he had to fight tooth and nail to win that game. He was under a lot of pressure from PCG. Coming in with the Crypt Lord, later on the Fiends. A-bombs, triple hero statues, all that good stuff. Destroyers. Did he even have A-bombs? I think he had like 1 or 2. Anyways, we saw a fast creep of the green into expansion. By SOC, he didn't go for a Merc camp earlier. Now, he may. But PCG wants to steal the Shadow Priest away. Sneaky, sneaky. SOC is in position with the footy to block the Shadow Priest if he gets hired. But yeah, SOC is not going for his own mercenary camp here. He's going to go for the same creep route once again. I was a little bit critical of that earlier. I think having mercenaries gives so much potential to the human, especially for counterattacks. Without Merc, it's going to be a lot harder to do, but SOC played it really well earlier, especially managed his resources, specifically his lumber, super well. And could recover from 6 peasant losses in the early game almost easily, which is something that hardly ever happens. And that is because... Oh, Shadow Priest coming out. Footman block. Oh, look at SOC. Super on point. If he gets that Shadow Priest, that's a big kill. That's 195 gold. Sort of down the drain. Shadow Priest has to deny himself to the creeps. At least SOC doesn't get the experience. But PCG doesn't have that Shadow Priest. That would have been really helpful to use against Water Elementals. How'd the Crypto get level 2 though? Did he get level 2? No, only level 1. No Water Elemental this spell. That means no level 2 for the Crypt Lord right away, but he's coming in for the harass, and this could be trouble for SOC. The camp isn't finished yet, and the Crypt Lord is saying hello. Gets the first Water Elemental kill right away. That will be level 2. Makes sure with the surround, and SOC calling back the militia instantly. Doesn't want to get mega impaled right here. No Berserker here yet. You heard one peasant going down. SOC's gonna call new militia. Seems like there's a lot of militia on the way from the main. Some retreated. A couple of new ones joined in. Oh, and there's ghouls in the main this time as well. Echo Isles can be a real headache for human early game. Really tough to deal with all these threats that are arising at the same time. But the number one answer to all these threats seems to be militia. And he's been doing a good job so far, minimizing damage. Not too many peasants have gone down in this AM. Good inventory again. Earlier he had double claws. Now he has claws plus gloves. And is 1 or 2 beetles away from level 3, which is very powerful. But the expansion is certainly delayed. Expansion delay might be heavier than last game. Last time they played on Echo. But in terms of peasant losses, it's looking way better for SOC. Last game he lost 6 in the early game. And here I think he only lost 1 or 2. He's going to reach level 3 here very, very soon. But PCG can start his tech very fast as well. He's going to supply the gold mine with peasants. And then it's going to be time to tech. SOC's lumber is looking pretty decent. Oh, but the impale here is going to be big. I thought... Oh, look at the footies though. Footies blocking the way in the north. Now he's trying to force the AM to TP out. Trying to surround him. Impale as well. AM dropping very low. Dropping very low. The Water Elemental blocks him, but the AM gets out. Really good defense by PCG. By SOC, excuse me. I think PCG could have done that a little bit better though. Honestly, that wasn't all that scary in the end. I mean, yeah, the AM dropped really low HP, but he still has the TP. He knows where the Crypt Lord is. He's not gonna get impaled suddenly. And a footy scouting in the main as well. Checking out the tech. That's nicely done. Sock would love to follow up with his own tech. Should do that pretty soon. Of course, he wants to, but he has to go for the shop first. Before, on Echo, they had pretty much tech at the same time, which is almost unheard of in this matchup. Great footy scout. Of course, the Cryptlord also would love to get level 3 here with the Merc Camp. Shadow Priest stolen away. Sock returns the favor, and he's running over with his whole army. The Ghouls and the Cryptlord creep this camp pretty fast, but PCG doesn't want to risk it. He's going to fall back. And Sock now with a pretty powerful attack. Oh, Impale misses! Oh, the AM. Did he bait that Impale? Did he try to bait that one? That would be next level. I'm not sure. Sock should have started attacking now. Ooh, that Cryptlord, by the way. Living a dangerous life. Regenerating on the Blight pretty effectively, though. But needs to be careful with his positioning. With a double narrow... He could trap him here. With all those footies in the back. Maybe Sock could trap, surround, and kill this Cryptlord. But he's not committing super hard into the back with everything. There we see the tech difference. It's about 40 seconds, maybe? Somewhere around there. So not that much in the grand scheme of things. And now these Water Elementals, of course, super good against the Ghouls. And having lost this much HP on the Cryptlord earlier is a big problem, because now you can't rely on his right-click damage to contribute. But the next Impale could be dangerous. Could be death for the AM. He's going to TP out. Not going to risk getting Impale killed. And PCG holds at the expansion. But Sock. He's got a new Clarity, new Regen Scroll. 2 Acolytes went down. And these cannot be remade for quite some time. No Necro at the Expo. Oh, no. AM creeping up more. He's going to get level 4 here. He can go for a heal scroll and impul if he wants. That seems like it would make sense. Goes for the boots first. Wand of Illusion. I guess he's going to use Clarity. Get the invuln. Still no heal scroll? He might regret that later if he doesn't get that heal scroll. Tier 3 started. DK also. But until there's Fiends out, until there's Statues out, it's not easy for PCG to deal with this level 4 AM, the Footman, and a little bit of Merc support. Quite a few towers for Sock, 3 in the main. I imagine 1 or 2 also at the expansion, in addition to the Arcane. Talked about this earlier. The benefit, of course, of not creeping the Merc Camp early on as human is that you have that available to the Mountain King when he comes out. Sock's going to be able to claim both center camps. These are always the camps that are contested. The ones on the sides are very hard to steal, so a lot of attention always here in the mid-game to get these. Thank you, by the way, Bashtel85 with 9-month resub, and Ark with the 17 months. Bark for Ark! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy surround there for Sock. Saw the Fiend was in snare. It's going to be another kill for him. That's another chunk of experience. This AM is getting pretty close to level 5. Big asset. MK coming in. They both want the Ogre Magi. And item goes to... Oh, the Cryptlord is dying! The coil was on cooldown, and GG is called. The first game here on Echo Isles this time is won by Sock much faster than in their previous encounter. Sock already looked clean and strong in their first match. Here now, even better. And what really shifted the momentum was that Shadow Priest. The fact that Sock was able to block the Shadow Priest and force him to deny himself to creeps, and PCG never got the high... Oh, Jesus. Never got the high mercenary numbers. Never was able to consistently dispel the Water Elemental. Early Shadow Priest steals might become more and more important in this matchup, like we have seen it already happen in Orc versus Human. Which is kind of interesting. That's a new dynamic, and also puts a bigger question mark on the creep route. Maybe it is perhaps wiser nowadays for Human not to take the Merc, because if you were to take it, you might get your Shadow Priest stolen. Water Elemental dispelled, and it's pretty stressful. Lead for Sok. That is sort of what we were all expecting going into this day. But PCG, I think, has been playing stronger than many of us thought. Second map now is going to be PCG's choice. It's going to be between Concealed and Northern Isles. I think Northern is definitely the stronger undead map there. Really good for Cryptlord expansion. You can get level 2 at the natural right away. You can creep it super fast with the 2 critters that are on your path there. But humans have been starting to adjust with counter builds. Like I've seen power build Altar into Tuskar camp and then pressure with level 2 quickly, which has looked quite effective at times. Oh, but it's not Northern Isles at all. It is actually Concealed Hill. All right. Let's get into this. Sok the big favorite leading with 1-0. PCG, can he strike back now? It has been 3 consecutive map losses for PCG. The last 2, Echo we just saw a moment ago, and before Last Refuge, have been pretty clear, pretty one-sided. But he also showed before that he can play a very competitive game. In their first match. Thank you, Brewmaster, with a 3-month resub. Says, GG, well played. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Well played, especially by Sok, who had as clean of a game as pretty much you can have. Cryptlord again. Cryptlord Ghouls Expo. The strat doesn't change. Sok's opening also remains the same. No power build. Probably no weird creep. We're expecting the Ogre Warrior first. Question is Sok gonna play a little more passively, creep on his side, expand, and then launch attacks? Or is he gonna tech instead? We saw him teching on Last Refuge, staying 1 base. That worked out, but it looked a little bit sketchy at times. But again, Sok had some beautiful plays there. In the Human Mirror against Chimiko, he had a tough time. But here, in the lower bracket, seems like Sok might still make it in 2nd place in Group D. Alright, the heroes come out. Early Arcane Tower, I would say, indicates that Sok wants to expand. Because normally if you play aggressive on 1 base, you are forcing attention yourself. So you don't have to be too worried about run-bys usually. And yeah, Sok is staying on his side of the map for now. The level 3 creep route here for the human can be very effective. Ogre into green, into expansion. Boom. You get the level 3. And then you can buy the Telestaff for the AM. You can staff across the map and oftentimes cancel the undead expansion. Getting a big expo timing lead that way. But you have to keep the footy alive. Very important not to lose the footman. Otherwise, that all becomes a lot more difficult. So he's trying to get a lot of mileage out of this footy. If he gets the last hit, that would be sick. Doesn't quite get it. But he's controlling him really well. Really good multitasking by Sok. Controlling this footman extremely well. And also managing to creep quickly on the other side of the map. The camps are going to be done around the same time. A little bit faster for PCG. But he's not level 3 yet. AM gets the last hit, gets level 3, boom. Item for him, Crystal Ball. He's probably going to sell that and go for Staff and maybe even Boots. I guess he doesn't have enough gold for both though. Footman, still around. Also, if the Footman dies, the Crypto's going to get level 3. Staff? Is he going to Staff? He's not sure. Ring of Region on the Cryptlord. Super good, by the way. And... okay, Sok decides not to staff in. decides not to cancel the expansion. He could have definitely done it, but most likely would have cost him the TP. Sock's footman scouting is just outstanding. Always knows what's going on. Expansion for the human is going to finish a little bit faster. Ooh, is he going to staff in? Is he going to do it? No, he's just threatening it. Just threatening it. Footman is going to go down now, and that is level 3 for the Crypt Lord. Finally. Sock's expansion is a little bit faster, but his lumber is way lower. He put all of his lumber into that power build, and now has like nothing left, so the tech could be quite a bit faster for the undead than for Sock. Goes for the boots as well. I like that. Arcane Tower, I think, still pretty far from finished. Far from finished. And never noticed before. It's alliteration. I've said that so many times before in my life. Far from finished. Alright, here comes the attack. Crypt Lord, full mana and level 3. Definitely powerful. But there's 6 footmen at the expansion to defend and an arcane, and certainly peasants on... what's that called? On call. Exactly. Like nurses at the hospital. You gotta be on call if there's an emergency happening. And the emergency is here! Crypt Lord is running in, and these beetles are looking for a feast. AM, a little slow to react. He's gonna staff in. Thought he was going to get trapped maybe on the other side, but no, he's fine. And so far, Crypt Lord isn't doing much. He's killed a single footy so far. This is a dream early game for Sock. He lost no peasants, only lost a single footman, still has the TP, has the telestaff, had the faster expansion. But definitely the tech is a little bit later. Telestaff on cooldown, trying to counter surround. The level 1 impale not lasting long enough for the surround to close. Bit of wasted mana there on the Crypt Lord. Only around 150 left or so on the beetle, mana-wise. Altar coming up. Important to macro there. Remake the altar, remake the shop. Those are going to be desperately needed later on. Blacksmith, towers, shop. Also Sock here, macroing pretty well. Macroing, I mean. Macroing pretty well. And the ghouls now find their way into the main base. That could be an opening to go up against the acolytes in the back. But of course there's plenty of ghouls at home to defend as well. Not very easy to find a good opening here. Sock also gets the information how fast the tech is. And he's going to see tier 2 finishing in a moment, I believe. As I said, Sock's tech is slower, but not by that much. Chaotic now also for PCG to effectively deal with this. AM plus Watch Elementals in the main, trying to take out hurt ghouls. And Footman at the expansion, trying to take out acolytes. Look at the splits on the footies. 2 footies on each acolyte. Pretty cool. Sock is doing this really well, and the AM is killing some ghouls in the main. I don't think he got too many. Maybe 2. Could also be lumber problems for PCG later. Okay. There's a lot of footmen going down, though, to be fair. I think he lost like 6 footmen there or something. Maybe not that many. But you know, another thing about this is, with the acolytes under pressure here, and the AM harassing the main, there's no tech happening right now. So, Sock can catch up in tech. His tier 2 should be almost finished now. It is finished, and the tier 3 has started. And like this, with this pressure play, Sock is getting ahead in the tier 3 timing. Not by much, but by a little bit. And of course, the human always wants to prolong the game, get tons of upgrades, get a big, diverse army. Priests, orcs, master training, gyros, knights, breakers, and triple hero. Most importantly, triple hero. Gargoyles. Oh, okay. Gargoyles on this map, very popular. You can creep the drakes very easily, and the gargs usually give you pretty easy map control. If you get up to 6 gargs, maybe even 9, you can take out water elementals pretty fast. And then the human actually has a tough time dealing with those gargs for a long while. Sock is gonna have to get gyros out. 6, 7 gyros to be able to deal with these gargs well. in low numbers. Stormbolt and Watch Elemental also doing a good job. But if more Gargs come out, it's going to be more difficult. But we only saw 2 crypts, not 3 crypts. So... it's not like we can see that many gargoyles, I guess. Lumber, by the way, a little low for Sock. Didn't go for the lab creep. Doesn't have a shredder. Speaking of lab creep, that's what PCG is doing. But Sock pushing into the undead main. It's going to cause some trouble in the economy. I'm not sure if PCG has a TP actually to get back. Gargoyle. Oh, almost survived. Not quite. Oh, taking out the temple here is a big deal. Double Temple of the Damned. PCG was trying to go into Necro Wagon. With 1 temple taken out, it's a little bit harder to get that tech rolling. Sock with 2,200 gold. He's got the Sanctums. He's got the Adept training on the Priests already, which is of course going to be very important against Necros. And this is really hard to manage. Attacking with Necro Wagons, super easy. Unload corpses, summon skeletons. A-click, A-click, A-click. For human, on the defensive side, a lot harder to deal with. It is, most of the time, an all-in strategy. There's going to be 1 big, powerful Necro Wagon attack. If the human holds, normally he wins. But Sock knows he's going to have to play very well to hold that attack. He managed to keep the tech very even. The tier 3 tech. He's got a level 4 AM, which is also very good. He's now creeping a little bit with the MK. Level 2 clap. Very important to have against Necro Wagons. And just in general in the late game. In the past, we rarely ever saw clap against the DK Fiend standard. But against the Crypt Lord Mass, you definitely need clap. Paladino joining the ranks. We have frag shards. Mortar teams and frag shards also essential to have against Necro Wagons. Oh, big item on the ground. Don't forget about that one. Second upgrade for the gyros and mortar teams already. I think that's the second one. Still low lumber for Sock. He's got tons of gold. But not that much lumber right now. Second workshop now coming in. We really don't have many gyros at all. One of them goes down right there. Sock needs more production. Fast. Because the Necros are coming. 68 supply for PCG already. Oh, that's a gift. Gets the Granite Golem out of nowhere. No, wait. Rock Golem. That's what it's called. Sock still with so much gold. He's not producing. Sock. Master training coming in. Sock is getting big upgrades, but is it quick enough? Going for a counterattack, actually. Which I think is pretty smart. And PCG is delaying his attack by a lot. Maybe by too much. Waiting for more wagons. 70 supply. And now, Sock is in position already to threaten the undead base. I think PCG took a little too long. Sock sees the TP home. He's great. Just going to TP out. That's all he wanted. He just wanted more time for more upgrades to finish and for more rounds of production to start. Because Sock, yeah, he was only at 60 supply there. He had tons of gold. It was a little scary, but smart. Tactical maneuver. Attacking the opponent's base buys a lot of time for Sock. One thing he's still missing is the level 3 Mountain King. Does he get it at the green camp? Should be pretty close. 3 mortar teams already. If that's level 3, I think Sock should be in a pretty good position to hold this Necro Wagon push, because now it's finally arrived at the doorstep. PCG is going to unload everything and see how it goes. Oh, that's Flak Hand's upgrade. Flak Hand's upgrade is going to get cancelled here. It's a big problem for the gyros against Gargs. Actually, I think it finished. Never mind. Alright, in we go. Militia called. Skeletons everywhere. It's a big chaos. Impale hits the mortar teams. Oh, the mortar teams are way too far forward. They could both be going down. That would be painful. One of them gets saved with the Holy Light. This fight is extending over like 2 screens. It's hectic for us just to observe. Imagine what the players are going through here. Sock is kiting backwards. Ghouls now pretty exposed. The mortar team shells connect. A lot of militia have gone down. That is more corpses for the undead. More skeletons to raise. Narrow position right there. Hard to get to this bottleneck. The knight almost goes down. Gets saved with the staff. But I don't think he's really saved. Oh, the Dispel! Dispel! Against the skeletons. Gets rid of many of them along with the clap. Inner fire now on everything. Sock basically doesn't have a front line, but he has strong heroes and strong mortar teams, which might be enough for the hold. 62 supply for PCG, but he's finding plenty of kills now himself. He breaks past the front line, past the heroes, goes for the priests and the mortar teams, sees that they are very vulnerable. The Crypt Lord in the meantime, level 5. DK level 4 already. Sock down to 47 supply only. Stressful moment for Sock. Under a lot of pressure. It's all about mana here as well. Crypt Lord still has good mana left. Sock holds, but with heavy losses. Heavy losses. Necro Wagons was only a meme strat for years, but actually it turns out that with Crypt Lord against human, it's really powerful. Really hard to hold for the human. So far, Sock did a good job. Big item goes to PCG. Level 4 DK. If he hits level 3 Lich as well, these undead hero levels are going to be extremely powerful. Same can be said for the Paladin. Level 3 for him would be tremendously helpful. And I think PCG made a mistake there, not fighting over the rest of the camp. He just gave this experience for free to the Pally, and that seems like it's level 3. Oof! On the dot. Perfectly level 3. AM 4.5. MK should be somewhat close to level 4 now as well. And here come the Necros again. Sock held the first time, but with such heavy losses that the Necro push was not exactly an all-in. Oh, the Pally in trouble. No staff to save him. The Paladin goes down. He didn't have Divine Shield. Maybe that. A little too dangerous, a little too greedy. Mortar teams connect towards the Necros. 2 Necros going down. But still lots of Necros left. Necros, Gargs, Ghouls. Sock has to wait for his Paladin for a long time. That altar would be very effective now to take out. I think it's looking very good for PCG. He could even expand behind this push on the high ground. That might be wise. With the help of the towers, this position is fairly well fortified. But the Gargs starting to take out those towers. Knights in the front line, it seems like they're just getting eaten alive by all the skeletons. Actually, with inner fire, they are pretty tanky. I imagine there should be some decent upgrades on them now as well. It's very awkward for Sock to just get out of his base. And the Mountain King, in serious trouble. He's trying to save him with the staff. And thank goodness he pops out on the right side of the castle. Otherwise, that could have been game right there. The undead horde is streaming in. More and more and more skeletons being summoned. Big Dispel. AM level 5 would be tremendous to have. He's going to TP out. No, he gets the Paladin back from the tavern or something. Brings a heal scroll as well. Wonderful heal scroll. And he retrained. He also brought a tome of retraining. And now we have Blizzard. AM, though, with that, is very exposed. He's getting focused heavily. Sock is playing his heart out, trying everything he can against this undead onslaught. But he's lost so much. 48 supply, only left. Blizzard. Can Blizzard change the tides? Level 5 AM. Alright. That is very good for the Blizzard. Level 4 MK, also very good. Sock, by the skin of his teeth, he's holding on. He's doing everything he can. Insane hold by Sock. But has he truly held, or has he only survived a little bit longer? Impale. Going for the Paladin right away. Staff is not ready. Pally is dead again. MK also dropping low. Sock down to 40. Blizzard rains down. Good damage. against these skeletons still. PCG though still seems to have a big army. A lot of it is low mana, a lot of it is low health, but dealing with these heroes very hard now. And the Paladin, how's he gonna get back the Paladin? PCG is pushing forward. More skeletons being summoned. The priests, I don't know if they have enough mana to foot Dispel. MK with the next clap. And dispels. Takes out more skeletons, but the main bulk of the human army has disappeared. The knights that stream out every now and then don't seem to be doing much. Call to arms. Sok is bringing everything in now that he can. Oh, the peasant was trying to get to the tavern for the revive. Oh, and he did make it there. Paladin does have a tele staff, if I remember right. Sok fighting tooth and nail. Uh-oh, impale on the IM. That might be his end. Call Nova and he's gone. Staff, but that is perhaps not enough to save him. Paladin is there, but couldn't help out his friend. He didn't have mana for the Holy Light. GG is called. And that's the 1-1. Man. Sok was so close to holding there, but couldn't quite manage to. It's very hard to hold this attack. It's so hard to hold this Necro Wagon push. Don't know if Sok made any mistakes. It's one of those kinds of strategies that is way harder to deal with than it is to execute. And Sok did his very best, but couldn't quite do it in time. The gyros, seems like it's very hard to find any effect on the gyros. There were a couple out, like 3, 4 gyros, 5 sometimes maybe, but they always got instantly taken out by the Gargs. And the Gargs could go into the back, they could attack the priests and so on. Maybe instead of knights, you could go rifles against this. Then you also have the anti-air covered. But of course, going rifles against Cryptlord, very dangerous. Impale Nova could be your immediate downfall. But the nature of how knights work, I don't feel like it's... I think you have to play a ranged army, ideally, and then keep a large concave and force the Necros to run in, because the knights always... There was just 1 or 2 knights out, and they stormed ahead, and it was so easy for that undead army to take out the knights. In addition to that, there was nothing that could be done about the gargoyles, and then the priests and the mortar teams were exposed in the back. Maybe rifles would be better, even against Cryptlord. Maybe you go double heal scroll, triple heal scroll, and hope the rifles survive. I'm not sure if that's the right approach. I haven't seen Necro Wagons being dealt with really effectively yet. I'm not sure that there is a way. I do know that it's extremely hard, and despite how good of a position Sok maneuvered himself into, the Necro Wagons. The Necro Wagons. The Necro Wagons. I've been saying for a long time, I think they're a little bit too good. But anyways, PCG's gonna try, of course, whatever he can to win this game and make it to the top 8. And whether he can, we're gonna find out on Northern Isles. This map can be very tough to play against Cryptlord. It's a very strong creep route, with Cryptlord just simply going for the expansion instantly. Expanding right away, getting level 2. Sok is not going for the Tuskar camp. There'll be an Archmage here against the Cryptlord. Three farms So it should be an expansion. Sock could, in theory, instant expand, but that would make his progress towards level 3 AM very difficult. So it's probably going to be green into expansion. And then he's going to have to keep his peasants alive as well as he can again. Oh, by the way, the predictions had Sock with 84%. It could be another RIP channel points moment if PCG wins this game. We have 2 humans and 2 undeads in the top 8 already. The winner here will make it 3 for their race. Oh, look at the AM. Coming in aggressively. Not expanding. Ooh, that looks risky. Gotta make sure the footies don't walk into the camp. Sometimes the pathing is a little weird around that merchant in the middle. Seems like it worked out. Alright, big last hit. PCG no, he didn't secure it! Oh, the AM got it. I think it was a footman, actually, that got the last hit. And that makes all the difference in the world. Wait a minute. He got the last hit, right? Because also creeping in the meantime? No, but he must have gotten the last hit. That means the Crypt Lord almost can't make it to level 2 now. Unless he gets a couple of water elemental kills and stuff. Or footies. Sock keeps on the pressure. He doesn't want to allow his opponent to freely macro up again. He gets the next last hit. Sock playing out of his mind in this early game. Takes out the Acolyte and actually stops this expansion. Bit of a mistake here by PCG, I think. Not bringing enough ghouls. I mean, he's teching. He wants to play a different style. But I think the fast expansion's perhaps a little stronger. And if you bring tons of ghouls right away from the main, once you see the AM coming in, normally you should be able to creep that expansion. And I don't know if he had a Beetle Scout sent out early either. But Sock's early game plan works out. He cancels the expansion, and that buys him a lot of space. That buys him tons of space, tons of time. He's going to get his MK out. He's going to be able to creep him before the undead ever gets an expansion. Of course, just because it's cancelled on tier 1 doesn't mean that PCG isn't going to be able to set it up later. In fact, it seems pretty likely that on tier 2 or maybe tier 3, the expansion will be coming. Big heal pot for the Crypt Lord is very nice. And also has the Ritual Dagger. The first time we see that today. A little bit of healing over time here for the Crypt Lord. Oh, Footy wanted to cancel the healing. And I guess he did manage to. Footy's gonna die for that, but it cost an impale. Oh, the Footy might not even die. Footy might be making it out after all. Tier 2 finishing for Sock now. Should be time for the Mountain King. And there he is. King under the mountain. Thorin Oaken Shield. PCG pushes through with a tech, goes to tier 3 right away. Oh, could surround the AM here. Sock tries to counter surround. Does he get out of this? The footy is blocking the way. The footy! Oh, he could get out. There's a footy there. Oh. Okay, I think he could have gotten out. The copy pasta is strong today, guys. Very impressive. Militia called. Time to creep the natural and maybe expand? Having seen the undead tech, I think Sock should be able to safely expand here. going to be perhaps even level 2 right away for the Mountain King. As the DK is also coming out. Good scout though. The Beetle figures out what's going on. And the MK is not quite level 2 yet. For once, Sock's scout misses. Or, I guess I should say, there's no scout out for Sock right now. He doesn't know where the opponent is. It's a little scary. You never know if the undead army might be coming in towards the expansion. Impale, Beetles, Nibble, Nibble. All peasants dead. I think there's like 4 different copy pastas going around right now. Yeah, so today is kind of a special day, I guess. Expo is safe though. PCG didn't find any big damage. I think no peasants actually died this game, which is kind of crazy. AM got a bit more experience. MK got level 2. I don't know which item he got from the middle. But pretty much everything he can find there is really good. Even the Book of the Dead. Okay, that one would be hard to use. Because we're gonna have destroyers very, very soon. Sock's army, for the time being, still not very impressive. It's only footies and priests. He's gonna need something with a little more punch soon. Knights seem too far away. Would take a very long time until they come online, so rifles, maybe likely. Rifles or breakers should be the choice here. Maybe even both. PCG taking his time. Creeping the red camp is going to be very valuable for him. But in the meantime, Sock is himself creeping as hard as he can. He wants to get AM4. He wants to get MK3. And he's almost got it. Oh, look at that MK. Ring of Regen, Ring of Protection, Robe, and the Mana Stone. That is amazing. And backed up by the AM Aura. PCG also found the Pendant of Energy, which is very nice. But I'm liking Sock's position here. Did he just tech? I think Sock just mass produce right now. Produce, produce, produce. And hold! Hold! Alright, that's the big attack. Kind of looks all in. We have 2 real rifles, 2 fake rifles. Oh, nice split by Sock. Did you see? Trying to minimize the impact of Impale. Really nicely done. 1 priest is taken out, but only 1! For that engagement, PCG only gets a single priest and loses 3 ghouls. Oh, maybe only 2. Doing everything to save that ghoul. The ghoul gets away. Well done. MK mana regen is absolutely crazy. I think it's level 2 Stormbolt and level 1 Clap. I'm not sure though. I can never tell. I can never tell if it's a Stormbolt or Clap. Anyways, he of course has both spells available. And with a Mana Stone, he has plenty more usages. With the Unholy Aura, PCG is gonna make it back home, but he lost a couple of units there. And that push was held by Sock very well. He's got the breakers, he's got the rifles. He just needs 70 supply, maybe he'll scroll. Oh, he did tech. No, wait. He started teching after holding, right? Not before. Before would have been a little bit sketch. Slight supply lead for Sock, especially considering he's got the expansion. It's only a small supply lead. But also Crypt Lord not level 4 yet. No level 2 Impale. This Crypt Lord has been slowed down so tremendously. It started all started off with the last hit steals at the natural. Sock with a sick game. I think Sock here, on all 5 maps against PCG, has been playing really well. Even the one he lost. MK starting to run out of mana. Sock still holding on to that Mana Stone. Wants to make use of that juicy bonus regen. MK heavily getting focused now. Thankful at this point for the rings that protect him. Whew, that invul. Very last second. Only 7 seconds, by the way, on that invul. But there is a heal scroll to barely save the MK. He didn't transfer the TP, though. Oh, MK trying to hustle back to the shop. Ring of Regen, save me. Right clicks, DK, Frostborn Hungers. Is there a shop here even? I don't think so. There's no shop here. Okay, MK's dead. Has to be a tavern revive. There is enough gold for that. And there he is. MK back from the tavern. Priests will do their healing wonders momentarily. Items on the ground everywhere. Or at least at the 2 green camps. Still a very good hold for Sok. Yes, he lost the MK, but he lost basically nothing else. However, he doesn't have a TP anymore. That's why he couldn't transfer it. He just didn't have one to begin with. So, if Sok again loses the MK, and also loses the AM, then he's going to be in trouble. But the mana is very low now on the undead side. MK again getting focused. But he's a pretty tanky boy. A-bomb gets taken out right away. No disease spread at all. And I think as we hear the round of 8 knocking, Sok is gonna take his place amongst his colleagues. We have plenty of Koreans in the round of 8 already. Sok is gonna make it 6 out of 8 Koreans if he wins here. Which does seem very likely now. Feedback also starting to add up. The damage, the mana drain. Very hard for PCG to play this game from this point. Water Elementals split off to the side to pressure the statues. Nicely done. A little bit more creeping for Sok here at the Arachnithids. Should be almost level 4 MK now. Every time I hear that spider dying, I think my fiend got killed. I get a little bit of a heart attack. Sok now with a big army. Paladin, I was about to say, should be joining soon. There he is. Paladin is in. He's got the Holy Light now as well. Just like me, a holy man who goes to church every Sunday. And then fire should be done soon as well. Okay, MK was further away from 4 than I thought. Still not quite level 4, but should truly be close now. Stormbolt flying, DK in trouble. He might be dead with the clap and the Holy Light. Didn't even need the clap. Clap comes after, Lich dies right away, and that is game. GG is called. Sok does get a win against PCG.